when you consider the last couple of games?
Yeah, I've got to be honest, enjoyed it. I'm gutted for the lads, I really am. I said that to them there. Thought we controlled parts of the game. I thought we had two brilliant chances. We ceased on both of them. We'll have to have a look back at the goal. We'll obviously have that late on, but no, I thought it was just everything that we've probably lacked in the last 4 or 5 games at home, whatever we've had in terms of intensity, that desire, that attitude to play forward. And then when you get people like Cease in a 1v1 and get balls into wide areas, again Adam Rooney I thought was excellent as well. So yeah, I'm trying not to be too down, but obviously we want to win games of football, but we kept a clean sheet and I thought we were pretty solid through it.
Adam Rooney obviously scored the winner on Tuesday night, and I thought, well, he won man of the match this afternoon, didn't he? He was, running all over the place, full of energy.
Yeah, he was. He was. He did obviously played Tuesday and deserved to stay in. That's what happens if you play well. You deserve to stay in the team, and he just tired a little bit, but as expected, he's I think he's been on the bench once, twice, maybe maximum this year, and played Tuesday and then today again. But he's just I don't like overdoing it with Adam Rooney. It's as if like people just expect him to do it. He's an experienced player, and I'm not surprised with the performances he puts in. That's what I'm trying to say. I don't mean don't want to over enthuse everything he's done, because it doesn't surprise me. He's an experienced player, as I keep saying. He's looks after himself. He trains. He's a player assistant manager. But he trains every night. Every Tuesday and Thursday. So he's still up to speed with everything, and just his experience and his the best thing about splitting players from in terms of ability and the levels is decision making in football. If you get to the very top, they will make the best decision more than anybody else. The simple thing, and he does that. He wins his first contacts, he puts balls into good areas, and he manages the players really well on the pitch.
I know when you spoke yesterday, you probably weren't expecting Akeem Rose to take part, and yet he started.
I wasn't. We I'll be honest, we knew there was a chance. Probably a bit of mind games, silly stuff from managers there, but I knew there was a chance. I genuinely did, but at that moment in time we didn't know how big the chance was, so we ruled him out in my head before I'd even spoken to him and anything like that. So but no, he was fine. I thought he was a bundle of energy again. He's quick, he gets down the side, and he'll get the goals will come for him. I'm sure he'd have loved to have had the chances that Cisse had, for example, and but we're really pleased with him. He's something that we know that he brings to the squad. His pace and his power, and he's a good trainer, and he's a top lad.
Obviously, I know you were looking at loan signings. None of that came off in the end, I presume. And I guess that actually it's about finding the right player.
Yeah, I said yesterday, we're at a football club where we won't just go spend. Well, I won't. I treat the football budget like it's my own money, and I'm Scottish, so I'm pretty tight. So we will try and find ways of doing things. I don't want this to come across as arrogant, but I'm the manager of a brilliant football club, and we won't bend over backwards for people when EFL clubs send us players and expect them to play. No one at this football club is expected to play under myself and Runes, and that's the standards we set. So trying to find players that will be willing to work and come in and earn the right to play is difficult. We thought we had one, not to do with that, to do with it kind of fell through late on because the club had picked up a few injuries on the Friday. So we'll still look. The difficult thing this week is the FA Cup. Yep. So it's like, will they allow players to play in the FA Cup? If not, then there's no point in taking them and wasting a week's wages, because as I said, every penny counts for us, and I'll never be. I'm happy to take the criticism on it. I'll never be one that will just go and desperately dive into things. I don't think that's right. We'll always take our time and try and, no matter whenever you make a signing, it's always a risk, but we'll try and do everything we possibly can in terms of research and the type of player he is before committing.
And just finally, Dudley Tyler was on the pitch at half time. He's obviously part of the giant killing team of 1972, celebrating his 80th birthday, and the one thing he's just said to me is he's just full of enthusiasm for the future of this club, and it feels like there's a heart back here.
There was one moment before the game where I thought I was going to have to call him and put him on the bench, but no, it's brilliant. It's good to see obviously ex-players and people around it. Graham Turner's obviously been here a few times, and it's good to see people like that come back to the football club and be proud of what's on the pitch. I think ex-players and players that they love coming back to football clubs, but it's all about what's on the pitch. They love coming to watch on the pitch. That's their natural instincts. You'll never lose that as a player, as an ex-player. You always look at what's going on the pitch, and to hear things like that's obviously really pleasing. And we just hope that we can continue that good feel factor. We've got to. The only way of doing that is by performing on the pitch. I thought performance was much better today. And sometimes we'll play worse than that and pick up 3 points. So that's football. It's difficult at times. It's mind numbing. It's frustrating. I'm finding all that out now as a manager. My hair's getting whiter by the day, and but yeah, I'm still loving it. I'm enjoying it. And again, if ex-players are going to come back and be enthused, then that's even better.
Paul, thanks for your time.
Thank you.
Looking forward to the FA Cup next week, and will it be patching up? Will there be more players available? Or?
We try to think. So Aaron Skinner's got a consultant appointment on Friday. So obviously he'll still be out. He'll be out for until we find out. But probably the best case scenario with Skins will be 4 weeks. We believe that there's a bit of bone cracked off. I spoke to Skins this morning at length, and if the bones, sorry, I'm trying to think of what he actually said. If the tendon came off with the bone, then it requires surgery. But if the tendon's still intact and it's just the bone that's came off, then we might be fortunate that sometimes bones just float about. I know that sounds mad, but that happens in football. So we might be fortunate. Hopefully we're fortunate with that. Babs is improved. He's got a better range of movement. He's still can't fully flex, but Rob the masseur has been getting into it, as in rubbing it quite deep and stuff like that. So yeah, we've got Preston, Bittimo and Kills. We're still looking at kind of longer term until we Preston Bittimo will be 11 weeks I think from the date of his scan. Kills will going to get another scan and assess that, but not just that, we've got players. We've got obviously Akeem Rose, and I know I said we've tried to play mind games, but Akeem Rose genuinely did have an ankle twice the size. Loss has been getting through things. Tate Campbell's been getting through things. Sammy, Prezi, Kyle. I could genuinely go through them all. Tuesday night there was 5 or 6 that started. There was 3 or 4 that were probably at 100%. And believe it or not, 2 of them were Skins and Babs. So that's what happens in football. They're the ones that end up going off the pitch.
And we said, so you said like lots of them today weren't at 100% and haven't been for a little while.
There haven't been, no. And I'm not here to sit and make excuses for the players, because they're grown men. They just got on with it. They recognised they had to get on with it. We had no other option. As I said, Laws has been nursing a bit of a problem. Tate Campbell's had a poisoned toe for a while that he's getting through now. But these are the frustrating thing for me as a manager is I almost want to take responsibility and take accountability for it, but I can't, because it's a poisoned toe, it's a fractured ankle, it's a potential dislocated elbow, it's a stress fracture in the back. There's no muscle injuries. We don't have muscle injuries. Akeem was an impact injury as well, so it's frustrating, because I would prefer, this sounds mad, I'd prefer muscle injuries where I can actually go back and go, right, is training too intense? Are we doing enough? Are we not doing enough? Is it the type of training we're doing? But they're all fractures and bones and stuff like that, so you can't manage that.
I suppose it gives you another week. I know the FA Cup's just as important for the club financially, but away from the league and points you might miss out on not having a full source.
Yeah, I'll be brutally honest. We'll sit down. That's my Scottish coming up. Sit down tomorrow, and we'll make a decision on Tuesday whether we try and find like a sports hall where we can go and have a down night with the players and get them into the recovery pool and get massage and stuff like that, just to try and give them that little bit extra, because the boys will run through brick walls for us, and that's the things we love. They've put their body on the line time after time, and sometimes in football it's you've got to give players a little bit back, and we trust them 100%. So we'll look at Tuesday. There'll still be in terms of a session on, but we'll try and manage it to try and manage the players, to be honest. We've got a big travel on Saturday, so it's just about now resting up for the next 3-4 days and seeing where we're at, to be honest.
Thank you.
Alright, cheers.
Thank you.